K-drama Yumi sells is about the titular character, Yumi, and her growth as a person over the years, especially via the lens of her romantic relationships. In season 1, we see her with Kuung, and in season 2, we see her with Babi. Babi and Yumi's relationship is basically smooth sailing the entire time. They're in love and support each other until a shark pops up wanting to devour them. Well, Babi specifically. Babi is transferred from Seoul to a branch office, and that's where we meet the shark, an intern, Taon, who is just so irresistibly drawn to someone else's man.
I love stealing. I love taking things.
Thankfully, she gets a job offer elsewhere and has to move away. However, instead of using this as an opportunity to get over her thirsting over someone else's man, she decides it's the divine push that she needs to confess her feelings and clearly reveal her pronouns as ho and whore. Babi plays dumb like he doesn't understand what she means and bids her farewell, but we are shown that he's a little moved by her confession. He doesn't let it show though. Yumi comes visiting and Babi tells her that he plans to move to a place that is closer to his office. He doesn't tell her the real reason for his move though, which is that Dawn's parents' house is very close to his. And so there are still chances of them meeting anytime she comes home, and he's trying to avoid that. Knowing Dawn's dedication to Hoism, I fully expect that she would ensure that they ran into each other anytime she comes visiting her parents. Yumi then has a chance meeting with Dawn, who's all, "Oh no, is it because of my confession that he's moving? Is he moving because of me? Is he touched by my feelings for him?" The way I would willingly join a cult if it meant having the powers to banish this girl to the abyss.
The dungeon!
Yumi confronts Babi with this information. Babi lies. She ends the relationship. And that's where my dilemma arises. On one hand, it does seem like Babi is moving because he's at least a little flustered by Dawn. Another thing that bothers me about him is, from what I can deduce of his character, if Dawn had made a move on him, say for example, she kisses him, whether he responds or not is not the point. The point is that Babi would most likely have never breathed a word of it to Yumi. An exorcism wouldn't have gotten that information out of him. And that would be quite a scummy thing to do. On the other hand, a part of me argues that these projections are simply what ifs. He didn't actually do anything untoward. In fact, he's planning to move away so he doesn't have any contact with Dawn. So, is it right to condemn him for that moment of hesitation? Would that mean that people in a relationship aren't allowed to find anyone but their partners attractive? Till date, every time I watch this drama, I'm torn about this. I will willingly admit that my love for Park Jin-young, the actor, and Babi, the character, is clouding my judgment. But still, Also, we really don't get to know about Babi as a character on his own, and get an insight into his thoughts and personality outside of his relationship with Yumi. Basically, everything we know about him is from Yumi's perspective, so it's kinda hard to gauge what he's capable of. With Eun in season 1, we got to see the breakdown of their relationship, both from Eun and Yumi's perspectives. When things ended, I was very sad, but I clearly understood why things went out the way they did. With Babi though, it all just feels unresolved and something keeps niggling at my brain. How did you guys feel about Yumi and Babi's breakup, if you've watched it?